We like Southwest Florida because it gives you a lot of options,
depending on your lifestyle and budget.
Throughout this video, we're going to cover 5 different cities that we serve in the area.
We're going to tell you a little bit about what we like about them, the demographics, the price of a home, and a lot more.
If you're looking to move to the area, make sure to call, text, or email us. Our information will be in the description box below. We hear from people every day and we love it.
Let's kick things off with Englewood.
Englewood is a small beach town with a population of 15,095 people.
The average income is about $64,000.
And the median home price for December 2021 was $381,000.
The median age was 65, and the crime in the area, we had to pull from area vibes from this because we couldn't get it from niche.com, which is where we're gonna get the other ones, and that seems to be a little more accurate, but the rating was a C on area vibes.
With that being said though, I feel like a C seems like it's pretty low, and I feel like Englewood, it's not dangerous at all.
Yeah, on a personal level, I would say I would give it like a B.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's a small town and there is not much going on crime-wise.
Here you can see one of the quieter beaches, which is Sarasota Key Beach, which has bathrooms, washing stations, picnic tables, and a couple different hangout spots. And pretty much all the beaches and the areas in this video are gonna have most of those things. And you can see we just showed you some stuff of some different little festivals and stuff that they have on the Dearborn Street area. If you go closer to the beach, they have on Beach Road, a bunch of different stuff going on there as far as restaurants and things like that that are right by the beach.
And lots of new construction going on in Englewood. Pretty affordable still. I mean, prices have increased a little bit, but all these homes are brand new and very, very nice homes, very nice construction. The finishes are really nice as well.
Yeah, and there are a few older homes in some pockets too, but I would say overall, most of the homes are not that old. And what you're seeing right here is kind of like what you're gonna get in a lot of the newer construction areas of Englewood. And this is also pretty representative of the size of the yards you're gonna get and the amount of room you're gonna get outside of the home as well, and the size of the home as well. This is pretty standard size. You will have some that are bigger and some that are smaller, of course, though.
Englewood also has great schools, which is great to know if you're moving your family down here. Next on the list is Nokomis, which it's another beach town with a population of 3,355.
Which I think that seems a little low, but that's what the census data is. And then the average income is $68,000.
And the median home price for Nokomis is $482,000.
And the median age is 51, a little bit younger than some of the surrounding cities. And the crime rate, according to Area Vibes, again, we couldn't get that one from niche.com, was an A-. I would say I would maybe put it a peg below that as far as the feel of it, safety-wise. Maybe, you know, I'd give it maybe a B, B- personally. Just depends on what part you're in.
Yeah, Nokomis, it's a very hit and miss. Like, some areas of it are really, really nice, and some of them are a little less desirable.
And as you can tell, there's a lot of options for those nicer areas. You have gated communities, condos and villas, the PIER area, which has some beachfront mansions that are just gorgeous. Supposedly Oprah and Stephen King have a place on there.
With the home prices, Key is not included in this average. Key home prices are going to be a lot more, and you also have a lot of options for RV resorts, so you can bring your camper and just camp there, and also like 55 plus communities, which are mainly mobile or manufactured homes and mobile home parks.
And then you do have Nokomis Beach, and then right by that you have the North Jetty, which take note of that because we'll come back to another jetty later, but this is a cool spot that you can go and hang out. You can see dolphins and things like that. There's some little food shacks there and whatnot, so it's a cool area to hang out. And Nokomis Beach, much like a lot of the beaches in Venice and Englewood, is great for finding seashells, prehistoric shark teeth, and a whole lot more. One other thing to note is it does feel like there's a little bit more of a liveliness and youth and things going on at night in Nokomis and Englewood compared to Venice, which is nearby. Not that there's a lot of clubs or anything like that, but it's just the overall vibe and feel. Also, the schools in Nokomis are very highly rated, like a lot of these other areas, so all the areas as a whole have pretty good ratings.
Next one up, it's Northport, which is a little more inland with a population of 75,296.
The average income is $80,000.
And the median home price is $352,000.
The median age is 46, so a lot younger than a lot of the other areas. And the crime on niche.com was C+, C on Area Vibes, which I feel like that's, again, pretty accurate. Overall, I would maybe give it like a B, B- personally.
Yes, again, depending on what end of Northport you're on.
And overall, Northport, I would say, has a little bit more of a kind of a country feel. Even though it is a city, it's very spread out. That kind of keeps traffic overall pretty light, I would say. Your main drag of Tamiami Trail 41, which also goes through Venice and some of the other cities, is gonna have a ton of your shopping on it.
Yes, shopping and restaurants. Northport, it's also a very nice city for families, I would say. It has great schools.
Overall, the city as a whole, I would say, feels very low-key and kind of chill, relaxed. There's not as much busyness or city feel to it compared to some of the other cities on this list. I would say to some degree Englewood has a little bit of that feel too, but it does feel a little bit more like a city compared to Northport.
And an exciting part about Northport is the new Welland Park development.
Yeah, that area is awesome. They actually have the Atlanta Braves spring training facility there. They have a lot of new gated communities going up, and they have a huge area of land that's being cleared right now that's going to be this amazing downtown with a big lake that you can walk around, shops and restaurants galore, and that's slated to be done by the end of 2022.
And this is a great location because it puts you very close to Northport, but also very close to Venice and Englewood. So the beach is not too far of a drive either from the Welland Park area.
One other thing to note about Northport is you're typically going to get a little bit more house, a little bit nicer house, and a little bit newer house for your money compared to the other cities on this list. And as you can see, the Atlanta Braves spring training facility is actually more than just a spring training facility. You can actually go there and eat, have drinks and things like that. They have like a little tiki hut thing set up there. Next up is Sarasota, which we couldn't find a good accurate representation of the population. What we found was 59,000, but that doesn't include a lot of the smaller pockets. I would say it's probably closer to 100 to 120,000, and all these cities, keep in mind, your populations will go up significantly during the winter months as far as people that are there. It's just the full-time population isn't that much. Your average income is going to be $87,000.
And your average home price, $435,000.
Median age is going to be 49, so a little bit younger than Venice and Englewood.
Yeah, so if you're on the younger side, Sarasota definitely would be up your alley.
And as far as crime goes, this was all over the map. On Area Vibes, a website that gives ratings on that, they gave it an F, but then when I pulled up different neighborhoods, pretty much all of them were a B, an A, an A+. So take that with a huge grain of salt. Niche.com gives it a C. I would say the C is pretty accurate. It just depends on what part you're in.
Yes, and again, Sarasota, it's a little bigger city, so you do have a bigger population, so with that comes a little more crime, a little more things going on.
Yeah, and as you can see, they have a lot of different shopping, the malls, the downtown, the whole UTC mall area is amazing for shopping. So there is definitely a lot more going on that side of things.
Yeah, Sarasota also has like 3 different downtowns. It has its main downtown, then St. Armand Circle, which is an amazing little circle off of Longboat Key, and also Siesta Key Village.
Sarasota is easily the biggest city on this list, and each of those 3 downtown areas are very cool because the main Sarasota downtown gives you that big city feel, Siesta Key Village kind of gives you that tropical beach feel, and then St. Armand Circle has a little bit more of that upscale, classy feel. And then of course there's Siesta Key. Tell them about the sand.
Which Siesta Key, it's amazing. The sand, it's like powdered sugar almost, and it's very white and very fine, yes.
And one nice thing about it compared to some of the sand on the other beaches is it stays cool even on a hot day.
And the schools in Sarasota are highly rated.
And just so you know, these sand sculptures that you're seeing right now are not always on Siesta Key. That was a little event they had going on. Sarasota and all these cities are very good for having these different little events in their downtowns, beaches. All the cities on the beaches will have beach yoga in the mornings, drum circles in the evenings, and a whole lot more. Next up is Venice, where we live. We actually pulled together the population from Venice, South Venice, and Venice Gardens, which are technically 3 different cities, but it's kind of just one city. The population is 45,000, and the average income is around 80,000. The downtown area is quite popular and well known. Lots of small shops, restaurants, always a great spot to hang out.
The median home price is $410,000. South Venice would be $315,000.
The median age in Venice is 69. South Venice will be 54. So again, you can see a little difference between the two there. And then the crime for Venice is a B-. It didn't differentiate between Venice and South Venice. On Area Vibes, Venice gets an A+ and a C for South Venice. I would say overall, as a whole, I would give Venice a B+. I feel like Venice feels very safe, probably the safest of all of them.
South Venice, the only difference with it is that there are no planned communities. So with that comes a lot less restrictions and, you know, people doing more of whatever they want to do without many restrictions. But overall, I think it's a very safe city. Venice also has a lot of different beaches.
Yeah, they've got the Dog Beach, which is one of the very few beaches in the state where you can have your dog off leash. CASPERSEN Beach, which is famous for finding shark's teeth, but you can actually get those on every beach pretty much in Venice, except for the main one. CASPERSEN gives you a more of that unspoiled beach type feel. It almost feels like you're on a small tropical island. They've got the beach by the pier, and they also have the fishing pier. They got the main Venice beach. So it's just neat how each of the beaches gives you its own different feel. And one cool thing about the fishing pier is you can actually fish for free there without a fishing license, and there's actually 2 beachfront restaurants and a tiki bar right there too.
And Venice has the South Jetty, and from here you can see the North Jetty, which is in Nokomis.
And that's definitely another popular hangout spot, just like Sharky's by the pier, and you can see dolphins quite frequently there.
Venice also has great schools, which are highly rated.
And overall, it definitely feels like Venice and Englewood has the largest retirement population.
Yes, but that's also changing. There are a lot of families moving to town, so that will definitely change here in a couple of years.
So this should give you an idea of where you want to be, but to really figure that out,
call, text, or email me. My information will be in the description box below. I hear from people every day and I love it.
Also, if you want to know more about any of these cities, in the description below, we'll have links to playlists with multiple videos on each city. Drop us a comment. Let us know any thoughts you have on the areas, which is your favorite from the video. Hit the like button and live breezy.